Hey. Hey. Hey, everyone. Welcome to OC5. We talked about how our long-term goal was to help get 1 billion people into virtual reality. So let's start off by checking in on how that's going. But I'm confident that we're going to get there, because just imagine all the ways that being able to feel really present with someone, no matter where they are, imagine all the ways that that's going to change how we communicate, how we game, how we work, almost every category of what we do. And now, I think that we all need to focus on solving 2 important problems next. Build an ecosystem that's self-sustaining, right? Where developers can afford to, well, and we're back. All right, wonderful. The first problem we need to solve is getting the microphone to work. Assuming we can do that, then we are on to the second problem, which is building an ecosystem which is self-sustaining. Now, I guess the second or the third problem, if you will, is that we need to build a product with a form factor that is comfortable, that you can take with you anywhere you go, and that is powerful enough to run any experience we want. And to get to that level, we think that we need about 10 million people on a given platform. So with this in mind, we're now directing our roadmap so that future versions of the products that we build are going to be compatible with the current ones. So when we release the new version of Rift, which isn't today, by the way, we think that there are a few key qualities that any VR system that gets to scale needs to have. So first, it needs to be standalone. It's that way there are no wires. Yeah. All right, so if we can bring these 3 qualities together into one product, then we think that that is the foundation for the ideal form factor for VR. And at Connect, for the past couple of years, you've heard me talk about Project Santa Cruz. And today, we have some news for you. I am excited to announce Oculus Quest. It is shipping in the spring, and it is going to cost $399. It's wireless, it's got hand presence, 6 degrees of freedom, and it runs Rift-quality experiences. No cables, no external sensors, just really good positional tracking. It's got adjustable fit, so it's comfortable to wear with glasses. It's got built-in 360 audio, even better than what we shipped with Oculus Go, even without headphones. And it is shipping with touch controllers to deliver the same hand presence that you get with Rift. And we're going to have more than 50 titles available for Oculus Quest at launch. So there's Oculus Go, the most affordable way to experience VR for the first time. There's Oculus Quest, the all-in-one VR experience that we've been waiting for. And there is Rift, for experiences that need a PC to push the edge of what's possible. I'm going to hand it off to Boz to share more about our vision. All right, thanks, and enjoy OC5.
Just under a year ago, I was sitting in the audience, right over there, attending my very first Oculus Connect. We are in the early stages of a tremendous platform shift, bigger than the shift from web to mobile. It's a shift in how humans will connect. Let's put that shift in historical perspective. The history of technology is nothing if not the history of humans trying to connect. So what would it take to feel transported to another place? You know, we see the opportunity in video presence, where we think there's a chance to build a platform for the home that enhances people's ability to connect. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. This map shows the 2.5 billion people that Facebook connects. This is what those connections look like on Oculus today. We have a little bit of work to do. It's not the number of connections that matters most. Cities and roads are occupied by the space companies need to connect their employees face-to-face. If you could enable even a fraction of that to be done remotely through virtual reality, you will have done tremendous good in allowing society to reallocate some of its most limited resources. You can also take real-world objects and integrate them into virtual reality. What you're about to see is actual footage from a prototype of mixed reality shot with the Oculus Quest. So as I put my headset on, we can see the virtual world overlaid on a very, very crude reconstruction of the real world behind it. When I get a notification that my wife sent me some photos on Messenger, and I can go in and browse and pick out a few favorites, you can see that I'm able to access my real-life keyboard and desk in front of me while enjoying the boundless space that virtual reality affords me. Someday there will be people in here, lots of people, imagine it. And here comes my colleague now. This is a very early concept, but the ideas are starting to take shape. We think it's a huge part of the next 5 years of virtual reality and an important step on the path to augmented reality. And with that, I'd like to introduce Hugo Barra to talk about our work in VR. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone, to OC5, our 5th Oculus Connect. That's right. Our mission is to defy distance. And to deliver on this mission, we need to build hardware, software, and of course, an entire developer ecosystem. Oculus Quest is our first all-in-one VR headset that brings the magic of Rift to a mainstream product that appeals to an even wider audience.
In just 2.5 years, you've given us over 1,100 Rift titles. And we're already working with developers on games launching well into 2020. So to talk more about Rift, I'd like to welcome Lucy Chen.
All the experiences you just saw are only possible with the power of Rift. That's why we spent this past year rebuilding the Rift platform entirely from scratch. And we're excited to announce that the new Rift platform is rolling out to everyone starting today. On top of Home and Dash, you'll get a suite of new features. Home is now your space to fully personalize, thanks to hundreds of new items, decor, and environments. And developers, we know you want to bring your own IP right into Home. And that's why we're introducing custom developer items. As you can see, Will has a whole new look. The glasses are finally coming off so you can look into each other's eyes. With all of these updates, Home's social foundation makes it easier to connect with friends and the games you love. And starting today, the mobile app supports Rift. Introducing hybrid apps. Yes, get excited. But with hybrid app support, artists can move seamlessly from 2D into VR. As you can imagine, manipulating a model in 3D space is so much easier. This is year 3 for the Rift platform, and the best is yet to come.
Coming soon, casting. First, it's coming to mobile, and soon you'll be able to share the fun with multiple friends all at once right on your TV. And I'm excited to announce that launching on Oculus Go is YouTube VR. YouTube VR joins the lineup of incredible media partners on Oculus Go. Plus, for the first time in Oculus venues, NBA games are coming this fall. And everyone who attends an NBA game in venues will unlock an NBA avatar jersey that's yours to keep and wear with pride for the rest of the season.
Well, it took us 3 years of hard work, and now we're ready to unveil Oculus Quest. Yes, yes is right. And as Mark shared earlier, Oculus Quest launches this spring for $399. Over the last 3 years, the Oculus team has built revolutionary inside-out tracking technology. That's what we call Oculus Insight. Now, let's take a look at how Insight works. First of all, it uses the 4 wide-angle sensors on the headset to look for edges, corners, and pretty much any distinct feature in the environment. This thing is 4,000 square feet. That's right. OMG is right. Just like on Rift, Guardian is what helps keep you safer while you're in VR. And Oculus Insight supports multi-room guardian. So, I love this guy. And thanks to your feedback, the touch controllers on Quest share full input compatibility with Rift. And this is familiar to you. We've improved the audio system that we shipped with Oculus Go, and it produces even deeper bass. Oculus Quest is the same optics, has the same optics that we designed for Oculus Go, which are the highest quality we've ever made. And we're also adding lens spacing adjustment, that's what you just saw, to help maximize visual comfort. And that's Oculus Quest, our first all-in-one 6-stop VR headset with touch controllers for hand presence, Oculus Insight tracking technology that goes beyond room scale and supports multi-room guardian, integrated audio with improved bass, and best-in-class optics. And what you're seeing today is just a start. We're planning over 50 high-quality titles available at launch, and our launch lineup will be an impressive showcase of what we've all learned together over the years.
I'm thrilled to be here on behalf of ILMX Lab and Lucasfilm.
At Star Wars Celebration in 2016, we announced that we were working together on a virtual reality project about one of the most iconic characters in the Star Wars universe, Darth Vader. So, our 3-part series was built from the ground up to be immersive first, meaning that we designed it to only be experienced in virtual reality. The story is set up by the events of Star Wars Secrets of the Empire, and it takes place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So with that, we're really excited to share the first glimpse of Episode 1, debuting as a launch title on Oculus Quest. Let's take a look.
I've seen this video about 25 times, and I get serious goosebumps. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome Michael.
Wow. You know, every year when Connect rolls around and I get up on this stage, I remember once again just how special it is to be here. I can feel the tremendous potential of VR just waiting for us to make it real. And that's why one of my favorite things in the world is talking about the future at Oculus Connect. At the first Oculus Connect, I told you that VR was going to change the world. VR and AR, which, as I'll discuss later, will soon start to converge, are together going to replace personal computers and mobile as the primary ways humans interact with information and with each other. At OC2, I talked about how these are the good old days, because we're VR pioneers creating the future, a rare privilege that is all too often only appreciated in retrospect. 3 years later, I'm even more confident about all that. In my opinion, these are absolutely still the good old days, and they're actually going to get even better. When I say that we're creating the future, I mean that literally. The world our children and grandchildren live in will be defined by the work we're doing today. Imagine a VR headset that's a sleek, stylish, lightweight visor with a 200-degree field of view, retinal resolution, high dynamic range and proper depth of focus, with audio that's so real you can't believe it's computer-generated, that lets you mix real and virtual freely, that lets you meet, share, and collaborate with people regardless of distance, and that lets you use your hands to interact with the virtual world. If that existed, we'd be working, playing, and connecting in it every day. Imagine AR glasses that are socially acceptable and all-day wearable, that give you useful virtual objects like your phone, your TV, and virtual workspaces, that give you perceptual superpowers, a context-aware personal assistant, and above all, the ability to connect, share, and collaborate with others anywhere, anytime. If those glasses existed today, we'd all be wearing them right now. There's just one minor obstacle. The technology that would allow most of that to happen doesn't yet exist. But it will. And with that, we've come to the end of my predictions. The bottom line is that things are pretty much on track. True, it will be a year longer than I thought before most of this lands. But on the other hand, some important areas are advancing faster and farther than I anticipated. So I think that's a fair trade. We, all of us gathered together today, both physically present and in VR, are quite literally creating the future. Our work is going to have a huge impact on how people live 10, 20, 50 years from now. Think of how much the world we live in has been shaped by Xerox PARC and everything that followed. What we're collectively doing now will shape the future even more powerfully. A technology wave like this comes along only once every few decades, and we are all unbelievably fortunate to be here for the beginning of this one. We're positioned to connect the world in ways far beyond anything that's ever existed before, and to make people more productive and their lives more fun while we're at it. Years from now, I promise you, we'll all look back on this as a golden time, a time when we literally made the future together. Thank you.